So, the Chicago Bears just got some very bad news. We saw rookie camp end on Saturday with a 90-minute practice. The 2-day glorified walkthrough known as rookie minicamp. It wasn't exactly that because the Bears came away with an injury and also had one going in that'll carry into the offseason work, OTAs, if not even minicamp. We started camp with 4 of our 5 draftees participating, and then there were only 3. Now, we'll talk about the pre-existing injury to Kiran Amegadjie, but first, let's get to it. New wide receiver Odunze, he experienced tightness in his hamstring, and the Bears, they decided to shut him down from on-field work on Saturday. So the question you're asking, are we hitting the panic button? Do we start complaining like our moms growing up that we just can't have nice things in this house? My first gut reaction is that it's a minor setback for the number 9 pick. It's only rookie camp, right? So let's be super conservative. But here's the thing. Soft tissue injuries, they can be nagging. They can stick around. We've seen hamstring issues in the past, and it can be dicey, right? Hamstring tightness. It's nothing of huge concern at this point in the offseason, but the Bears can be expected to be extra cautious with this type of soft tissue injury during the offseason because of the large number of these that we had last year in offseason and in training camp, if you remember. And those soft tissue injuries we had, that costs many players valuable practice time with numerous new players in 2023. So we've been here before, right? Okay. Warning, avert your eyes. Don't listen if you're faint of heart, but let's get to more Bears PTSD. Bears fans, they might immediately recall the nightmare that was former first-rounder receiver Kevin White. White was consistently hurt through his first offseason in Chicago. It was a blinking red light warning flag, right? Blinking red light warning flag. Say that many times fast. But there's absolutely no reason to draw parallels between White and Odunze. I mean, White, he suffered a serious shin injury that required surgery early on. Odunze is just suffering from hamstring tightness. Players need to reacclimate to playing shape after months of prepping for the NFL Combine and Pro Days. So I think it's fair to assume that Rome Odunze's hamstring injury, it's nothing more than him shaking the rust off. But moving forward, let's be on the lookout for this as we approach organized team activities on May 20th. It's going to be here before we know it in just a week. So rookie camp was fun to watch, wasn't it? Man, we have in Odunze a player that not only has the size, but the speed necessary to just take the top off of defenses, while also he has the strength to win on contested catches. This guy's a real deal, man. And we get to watch these new toys for the first time very soon in camp with the trio completed by DJ Moore and 6-time Pro Bowler Keenan Allen. I know you're aware of this, but man, it's just fun to say. We can go to Brent Sobieski of the Bleacher Report on May 9th. He proclaimed Chicago's receivers the best in the NFL heading into 2024 after requiring the trio of Moore, Allen, and of course Odunze. And I just want to quote directly from him what he had to say. A shocking squad takes the top spot with the Chicago Bears legitimately piecing together an elite group of wide receivers this offseason. Odunze's inclusion creates a complementary group of targets. Moore has always been at his best creating at the catch. Allen, he'll work the short field to intermediate portions of the field with efficient, reliable routes. The incoming rookie is a big target and a legitimate vertical threat. And this is what I found interesting. Tyler Scott's big play potential. That can actually be thrown into the mix now for good measure. He's not counted on to be a top 3, but he can be a good change of pace. He can run go routes. He can do. The guy has a lot of speed. He might be useful now that he's not required to be counted on for, meaningful snaps every moment in the game. If you look back 2 years ago, the Bears, they fielded probably the league's worst group of wide receivers, to be honest. But now they're on the verge of claiming the best once they're on the field and working together. And this is just a lot to celebrate. So let's look at this as well. After Friday's rookie practice, Bears coach Matt Eberflus, he complimented Odunze for his drive. And I love this. It's how he worked at his craft to master it, Eberflus said. And I'm going to go to this story on yahoo.com. You guys check out this story. Let's go down to Eberflus's comments. It's how he worked at his craft to master it. He knows he's not a finished product. He has a lot of improvising to do as he heads into the NFL, but his work ethic is elite. He worked himself into being that top 10 pick. And his work with Caleb Williams, I mean, that's already leaving an impression, not only on the coaching staff, not only on us, but on Odunze himself. It left him with a strong impression of the quarterback's grace and his precision. And this is really good to hear. It's really effortless for him, Odunze said. He can do a lot of things that other quarterbacks may think is hard, effortlessly. He continues to improve every single time I see him. He went on to say, and he's very smooth. He can throw the ball from any angle, any body position, to anywhere on the field, to any spot on the field. So you always got to be ready. So many encouraging things here despite the injuries, so many things. So let's be cautiously optimistic that this injury isn't going to be a big deal. We're going to hope that he's 100% very soon so this whole offense is able to practice together and gel while a new offense is learned by all the players. Odunze gets the reps he needs to match his talent with the adjustment to the pro game. Okay, so let's get to another injury update. Let's get to it. This is one I was talking about. 3rd round pick Kiran Amegadjie. He's yet to make his first practice appearance, period. And he isn't slated to take any reps until training camp at the absolute earliest. He's rehabbing from a left quadricep injury that ended his 2023 season at Yale. You guys know Amegadjie, a very promising offensive tackle from Yale. He got his surgery in October, and he's being brought along on a cautious timeline. So the good thing, the Bears were fully aware of this. He was unable to work out the combine, and this greatly contributed to him dropping to the 3rd so Chicago can grab him. So a lot of things about this are good. And the Bears are hopeful Amegadjie can lock down the swing tackle role. Maybe we can say goodbye to Borum heading into the season with an eventual chance to compete with Braxton Jones for the starting left tackle. So for now, Amegadjie's focus is on getting healthy, and that's the only thing he's concentrating on. To hear it from him, we'll see how everything plays out. I'll trust them and trust their guidance on this. I'm not a doctor. I know how my body feels, and I'll communicate that to them, and we'll see how it goes as time goes by. More from here. Yeah, I've been meeting with the medical staff and kind of getting my rehab protocol together. Just really excited to get in with offensive line coach Chris Morgan, and get the playbook down. Do everything I can mentally when my time comes physically. So once again, his surgery was in October last season, but he couldn't say for certain whether he'll be back for the start of training camp. And that's a little dicey. I don't like hearing that. He was actually at rookie camp. He was watching practices. He was getting involved. He was standing behind the offensive line, seeing what's going on, getting an idea of protection, spending time with coaches, getting this offense and nomenclature and play calling. He's starting to get it into his system, into his mind. So not all is lost. He got a lot of good time at rookie camp, so we can't be fully upset. But there's one more good thing. I'm always going to be positive, usually, if I can. This really explains why Bears GM Ryan Poles had said after the draft that he didn't expect Amegadjie to be a starting candidate at left tackle this year. It's not a statement based on his physical ability or that he's not good enough to threaten. It's a matter of practice reps and preparation. He's going to be a bit behind, right? So that's the good spin on it. But without these two, the Bears are down to 3 drafted players participating in rookie camp. The only offensive draft pick practicing Saturday was Williams. We had a bunch of undrafted free agents as well, a bunch of players in for camp doing tryouts. I have a couple players that I really want to profile this week, so stick with us for that. And I just appreciate you guys. Thanks for growing this channel with me. We've got such a good, positive community, and I'm here for it. Love the comments. Even the bad ones are kind of funny, so keep them coming, and I'll see you then. Bear down, my friends, and we'll talk soon.